Corrections 2a. So the question is asking for the derivative of ln tan inverse of x at 1. And the derivative of ln is x prime over x. So 1 over 1 plus x squared over tan inverse of x. 1 over 1 plus 1 squared is 1 over 2. And tan inverse of 1 is pi over 4, so you get 1 over pi over 4. Not 1 over 2 over pi over 4. And then you get 2 over pi. 2b, I just needed to rationalize it. Square root of 1 over 4 is 1/2. So you get root 3 times 1 over 2. And 1 over root 3 over root 2. 1 over root 3 over 2 is 2 over root 3 because you flippy dippy. On the quiz, I went through all these steps to find y double prime, but then at this step, I didn't see that you could take out a negative 16. So this time, I did that, and you get negative 16 times y squared over 4 plus x squared. And earlier in the question, you saw that y squared over 4 plus x squared is equal to 10. So you get negative 16 times 10 over y cubed. And 16 times 10 is 160, so you get negative 160 over y cubed. The function for distance is s of t. V of t, the function of velocity, would be the derivative of that, which is negative sine ln t over t. And then the function for acceleration is derivative of that. So you get negative cosine ln t minus negative sine ln of t over t squared, which is the same thing as negative cosine ln t plus sine ln of t squared. And what you want is what the acceleration is when this is 0. So I set it to 0. I multiplied the t to the other side. Negative sine of ln of t equals 0. Sine of 0 is 0. So I wanted to find where ln was 0. And ln is 0 at 1. So negative sine of ln of 1 equals 0. So time equals 1. Then you plug that into the acceleration equation. You get negative cosine of 0 plus sine of 0 over 1 squared equals negative 1 plus 0 over 1, which equals negative 1 mile per hour squared. Mile, not meter. That's incorrect. Tan inverse of 2 to the y equals derivative of 2 to the y over 1 plus 2 to the y squared. Derivative of 2 to the y equals 2 to the y times ln of 2 times dy over dx minus the derivative of g of y, which equals g prime of y times dy over dx. Pull out the dy over dx, and you get 2 to the y times ln of x over 1 plus 2 to the y squared minus g prime of y. Divide both sides by that, and you get dy over dx equals 3 over negative g prime of y plus 2y to the y ln of 2 over 1 plus 2 to the y squared. And the slope will be vertical. You need to get the vertical asymptotes of the derivative equation, and that's when the denominator is 0. So that's when y equals 0. So you plug that into the original equation, and you get 0 equals negative 4 times x minus 1 squared plus 20, which is negative 4x squared plus 8x plus 16. Pull out a 4, you get negative x squared plus 2x plus 4. Plug that into the quadratic equation. Negative 2 plus or minus square root of 2 squared minus 4 times negative 4 over negative 2. Negative 2 plus or minus square root of 20 over 2. Negative 2 plus or minus 2 root 5 over negative 2. Cancel those out, and you get positive 1 plus or minus square root of 5. Hooray. And then the points at which that is 1 square root of 5 comma 0 and 1 minus square root of 5 comma 0. Boom. For D, I took the second derivative by taking the first derivative and then taking the derivative of that. Low D high minus high D low over low squared. Negative 4y minus negative 4x plus 4 dy over dx. Moving on, algebra. I needed to add it, subtract it, so I multiplied the left by y over y. I got negative 4y over y, and the right was this over y already. So then the y on the bottom times the y squared equals y cubed. So then I got negative 4y squared minus 4 times x minus 1 squared. And then I pulled out the negative 4. I got negative 4 times y squared plus 4 times x minus 1 squared over y cubed. And then earlier, up here, we saw that y squared plus 4 times x minus 1 squared equals 20. So I plugged in a 20 there. And negative 4 times 20 over y cubed equals negative 80 over y cubed. 8e, I took the second derivative and plugged in negative 2 for the y. And you get negative 80 over negative 2 cubed, which is the same as negative 80 over negative 2 cubed, which is negative 8. Negative 10 over negative 1, which equals 10.